knees all day. If you still frontin' when I upped it, I'ma squeeze.
I'm above average.
Look at you go. Okay, you love it. Look. Go. Go. Look at you go. Okay, you bumming. Look. Yeah. One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash coming in. Come get your man, Slim Booger bugging me. Just see the bag, quit all that jaw jackery. Don't even me that I don't want none of it. He's mad about it, had enough of it.
All right, much appreciated, Coach, as we welcome all of you to our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. So this was the scene a moment ago. The Cardinals emerging from their tunnel, and we are ready for football as the Cards get set to match up with the San Francisco 49ers. Both of these teams about to reach the halfway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. A big welcome back carry for David Johnson, who almost missed all of last year. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Now Rosen to throw on second down. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. Larry Fitzgerald was the intended target, and it's third and short.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On second down, Johnson. A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Play action here with Rosen. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. And now it's Rosen looking. And it free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Well, it's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. They go back to the ground with Johnson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. DeForest Buckner in on the tackle.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. On third down, Rosen. And he's got Fitzgerald. A pickup of 24 on the third down conversion.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now Rosen. Fitzgerald's got it right side. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that would be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone. I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
On 2nd down, here's Rosen. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Snags it for the pick. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. Call it a pickup of 7. And that'll make it a 2nd down. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Garoppolo going to try and throw on 3rd. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
They'll run it with Johnson, and he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
In the middle of the field, he's got Nelson. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well. Well, starting drive number 2 off on the right foot. Completion for the first down. Drive 1 is they had to be pretty frustrating because they moved the football. They just didn't get any points out of it.
But warm-up QB, too. Let's bring in the backup. I mean, my goodness, you take them downfield and you don't score points. You know I'm being totally facetious here, right? I'm just kidding. Nice first drive. Rarely do teams score on every single drive in a game, but they like what they did there. They just hope they can pay it off this time with some points. What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
On second down, Rosen underneath for Johnson. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And some space here. And he slides to avoid the hit. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Cardinals in possession of the football. They're looking at a 2nd and short yardage to start things out. They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. Actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
Just a yard, but that's all they needed. And by the slimmest of margins, it'll be 1st and goal. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. And they'll throw it with Rosen. And Nelson's got it here right side. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. J.J. Nelson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cardinals are in for 6. Dawson tacks on the point after, and that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. On first down, Garoppolo. Oh, he can't hang on. That was a dream chance for any D lineman to possibly get a pick, but instead it falls down incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Buying time to his left. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
11.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Deep ball for Goodwin. That's caught inside the 20. Garoppolo able to find Goodwin for a big one. 52 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Single receiver. Hey, gun. 12.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
11.
Garoppolo to throw on 3rd and 1. Flushed out right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck rule that they can fall back on anymore.
And Gold is able to put it through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Fielded about a yard deep. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. Touchdown, Cardinals. Christian Kirk, 101 yards. And the Cardinals will extend their lead.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times where they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules. And if you do, you're taking on some responsibility. But he was happy to do so there.
The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
Hey,
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and short.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
12, here we go. Like 20.
To throw is Garoppolo. Flush to his right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Marcus Golden in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. The Niners on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
6.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. Deep ball for Goodwin. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The free safety, Trey Boston, there to knock it away.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Green 39. Green 39.
They begin the drive with Johnson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Here we go now. Blue 90.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
To throw is Rosen. Screenplay, Johnson. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. They went backwards 5 yards there on 3rd down to bring up 4th. Two minutes to go here in the first half. More from the desert after this. On 4th down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. The speedster Dante Pettis back deep to return. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. The 49ers offense making its way back out there. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Go ahead. No. Me. 13.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get him down up past the 15. That'll go for a gain of 13, helping big time to get away from that end zone. First down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. The tackle made there by Dayon Buchanan.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will fight his way forward to about the 23-yard line. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off.
Accelerating, and off he goes. Touchdown, 49ers. A big play there. 77 yards. And the 49ers are back within a score.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that makes it a 14-10 ball game. Gold now out to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42-yard line. Great return.
For a quick second there, I thought we were about to have a repeat performance of a kickoff return for a touchdown. This guy's on fire today.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here first and 10.
Watch you now, Barney!
From the shotgun, it's Rosen. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Reuben Foster picks it. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It'll be a loss of 7 on the play, and it'll make this a second and long.
11.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 14. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. So we reach halftime here in Glendale with the Cardinals on top. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. They run again with Breida. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. Out to the flat, that's complete to his running back. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. Garoppolo on first down. Over the middle, and he's got Goodwin complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Hey, boys, we got 4 down. He's checking.
Garoppolo looks to throw. Man open, it's Goodwin. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Garoppolo again. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. Garoppolo to his tight end Kittle for a Niner first down. Garoppolo rebounding nicely after the interception. He's hit 4 straight to start the drive. It's first down. On play action, it's Garoppolo. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Oh, free safety blitz, that can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
Garoppolo. The pressure gets to him again. Marcus Golden, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. So the sack of Garoppolo, and now what can they come up with on 3rd and long?
Here we go, hurry up! 41. We've got to wedge that, huh? 12.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. Eluding the pressure right. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Well, this offense got to be loving this. After the long missed field goal, they'll take over on the other side of the 50, 1st and 10. Rosen will throw. Caught by Nelson left side. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Now Rosen looking to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. This quarterback now 12 of 16 thus far. It's 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Rosen. Escaping the pressure right. And he whips that one incomplete there. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined. But sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Tackle that time by Jarquiski Tart.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. It's caught, Nelson. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The pickup of 11, and it moves the chains.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
The first down carry here for Johnson. Down to the 25. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Set! 319! 319! Watch it now, Barney!
They go to Johnson again. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to make it 3rd down and 10. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Now let's go! Blue 90! Blue 90!
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 11. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He has just been a load for opposing offenses to account for. Now 8 interceptions on the year.
I love that number because I always think of center field. You know, when I hear 8, because that's the position you write in the scorecard in baseball. And what do good center fielders do? Take away all the alleys, right? They range deep and make a whole lot of great catches.
21. 12, fellas, here we go.
They'll start on the ground with Breida. A gain of 3, second down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Garoppolo to throw on second down. Over the middle to Kittle, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. Garoppolo now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
11.
Here's Garoppolo to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll make it a second down. Garoppolo now. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. And they'll be at the 18-yard line. Great field position here in the red zone.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit and not go down and fumble the ball.
And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Now Rosen to throw on second down. Flushed out right. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
The Cardinals on third down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. There's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. And this defense continues to give them fits. They just can't get really anything going on the ground, can they?
I love the theme that you just brought up. This defense has been tough all game long against the run. We just saw another example of it there.
And Dawson's kick is good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Here we go. 12. Single. Here we go, hurry up! Here we go, hurry up!
They'll begin the drive with Breida. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game. Maximum effort, partner. Minimal gain.
Yeah, minimal gain. Looked good, though. The Niners on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 9.
11.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. On the crossing route, complete. It's Goodwin. And he's into the clear. The 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, 49ers. Marquise Goodwin, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the '49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And now a critical extra point attempt here. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. This fielded at the 2. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Cardinal offense here ready to take over. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. On 2nd down, Rosen. Flush to his right. Underneath for Johnson. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
From the gun, it's Rosen. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. And this is one of those bang-bang plays, Charles. Did the knee hit first or did the ball come out first?
This is where you need that 20/20 eyesight, don't you, Brandon? You've got to see which one happened first. If the knee hit the ground, then they will keep possession.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. You got 4.
Following a fumble recovery, it's Rosen. And Nelson's got it here right side. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Now it's Rosen. DeMarcus Buckner in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. Here's Andy Lee now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. He'll field this at the 5. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the 49ers will take over deep in their own territory. And the 49ers getting set to trot out there. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
On first down, Garoppolo. Eluding the pressure right. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this.
11. Six. Like 80. Go. 80. Grab it. Motion.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. Complete to the right. This is Garcon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one goes for 24 yards.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You've still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
Hey, go down. Check 26. 12, fellas, here we go.
Tighten up. Pull it together.
Bang. Hey, gun.
To throw is Garoppolo. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. I see you nodding your head up and down. It's a very heady decision at this stage of the game. Out of the pocket, nowhere to go. Just get rid of it.
That's a smart play because you're not worried about your completion percentage, and you're also not trying to force it into bad traffic as well. Throw the ball away, live to fight another down.
12.
Back to throw, Garoppolo. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1.
Nice solid game there, partner, but the clock is starting to become his enemy.
Absolutely. Every second right now, more and more precious as it ticks.
6. 11.
Garoppolo to throw. Goodwin able to haul it in. And he carries this one all the way down to the 9. And now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. Our game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. Here's Breida. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. And now the Cardinals going to use another timeout, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. And they will take a knee and set up what would be a potential game-winning field goal try. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. And they'll indeed take a knee. Now the timeout will be called, so they're in field goal range with 3 seconds left. So now it'll all come down to Robbie Gould. And this is good. Robbie Gould knocks it through in a pressure spot. And Union Street will be hopping tonight. The 49ers have won it. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted, no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for San Francisco, a loss would have really hurt as it stands.